So it looks like we are live.
Nice. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. This is the Artist Cafe, where we come together to talk about art and life and whatever else comes up. My name is Ann-Marie Cheung. I am a visionary artist and creative adventure guide. And today with me, I have my special guest, Betsey Gilbert. So, Betsey, could you just give a short little introduction to who you are?
Absolutely. So I'm so number one, I just want to share how grateful I am to be here with you. This is something that the art that is my life is like, has been there, of course. And now I'm becoming so much more aware of it and the power behind art and what it means to actually engage in life with art. So I was just sharing with you, I'm currently working as a massage therapist. I'm a licensed massage therapist and have been for the last 23 years. And I have been specializing in craniosacral therapy, which is a very light, gentle touch and very intuitive. And, it's a special form of interacting with people. And I came to join Whitney and her and yourself in this Creatively Fit coaching class since this past February. And it's just been an eye-opening journey. I can share a little bit more about myself as an artist and how that started, but I'm literally feeling like I am in the not so deep end and at the same time in the deep end of the pool. Like it's kind of both. Like I just feel like sometimes I'm just dabbling in the shallow side, and then sometimes I'm deep within. So it's been both.
And where are you located?
I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. That's East Coast and in the United States.
Okay, so
very close to DC. Yeah,
we're in the same time zone here. I'm in Ontario, Canada, so I'm just a little bit north of you, I guess.
Just a little.
So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Creatively Fit experience that we've been having. Is there a favorite symbol that you've had, or a favorite animal? Or
so that is a really great question. And so basically what kind of jumped me into this is I was in a sacred painting day with Whitney, and I ended up drawing or painting a dragon. And the dragon seems to keep coming back into my view here and there, whether it be through snake, like recently it's been more snake energy, but that dragon, it has definitely been there. A number of years ago, I guess it's been 10 years now, I faced a big health challenge. And interestingly, I was reading a book. It was actually a children's book, but it was about dragons. And it was about this boy who had his dragon friend. And then they separated as the boy grew into a man, and the dragon went off and did its thing. But the dragon had said, remember, had showed him where his heart is and said, remember this in case we ever come across each other again. So the dragon ended up turning into like a bad dragon. And the boy went on his journey and became a man. And when they came back together, the boy had to fight the dragon. And so he knew that he was never going to actually kill the dragon. He had to touch its heart. so that the dragon remembers itself. And so it just seems like that is exactly where I am here, like retouching in, after being, doing mother things and doing my business, kind of gathering myself in again, touching into my heart. And art is a really fabulous way to do that.
Yeah,
and so yes, that dragon is like right there.
That story sounds familiar. I think I've heard it before. Yeah, but yeah, the dragon is such a powerful symbol. Wow, that's the fire power too from it, right?
Yes, indeed.
So if anyone's on live, feel free to comment and ask us any questions. I can't see any questions at the moment. Just check on my phone here. No questions at the moment. It's a different time for me. I usually do these early afternoon, so it's kind of fun and different coming in on the evening here.
Well, I'm grateful. I think that we had like gone back and forth trying to find a time, and so it seemed like this was ours.
So were you into art when you were younger?
I actually was, in a very different way. I had a mother who was dedicated to us learning. I have two sisters, so we really did a lot of fiber arts growing up. Crochet and tatting, if you can remember, like tatting, like the little tatting needles.
I've never done that, but I've done crocheting and knitting.
Yeah.
Not the tatting.
And we learned to sew and macrame and do all kinds of art in that way. And then as well at school, I was learning how to do art there. But it was almost like it never quite satisfied me in the way that now as an adult, I can appreciate it. And that, there was always kind of a pressure to do the project. And, so now coming at it from the viewpoint of how will this support my life is a really different way of looking at art.
And it sounds like it was more kind of crafty stuff that you were doing back then.
Yeah. As a child. Yeah. So when my son went to school, he went to a Waldorf school, and they do a lot of work with art integrated education. So I used to love to go into the school and see what they were doing. I always wanted to go back to school just so I could do school there. And I started to take classes online at that point. So this was a number of years ago, probably 10 plus years ago. And I dabbled around. I would take a watercolor class or an acrylic class and just kind of played and just enjoyed it. It always felt really good.
Oh, hello, April. April sends her love, saying hello, ladies.
Oh, hi, April.
Yeah, April is in the Creatively Fit program with us as well. Doing some great stuff as well. I love the bee behind you there.
That actually, I'll see if I can do this, show you a little bit more. This is actually from our soul. What is the name of the class? Soul class?
Super Soul Flow.
Yeah. So it actually started out as the Freya knot is in there, and then it became a flower, and you know, and then suddenly there was a bee with all kinds of
Mm.
honey.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
seeing a lot of bees around lately as the symbol for community and working together, and unity is another big thing for the bee.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I was thinking of it also, and it's very similar, I think, but to have that abundance, you know, that just pure abundance, the juicy honeyness of life.
For sure. And April says, you guys are amazing. Yes, me too with the bees. I was going to paint one.
Nice.
Yeah, I just painted a design for including some bees with some butterflies and the bees. It's a design for a bench project that I might be getting.
Wow. So still in St. Thomas
Yeah,
in your
yeah,
town?
yeah. Well, it's outside. It's about in another town outside, about an hour away. They're doing a picnic bench project where they're getting artists to paint different benches for the community.
Oh, I love that.
So
Wow.
yeah, so my design included some bees and butterflies and kind of like a mosaic kind of pathway running through it.
Oh, I love that. Oh, good. I can't wait to watch you put that
So
together.
yeah, I hope I get it. So it's still not finalized, but I'm just thinking ahead. I do have it, right? I've got it
Yes, you
already.
do. Yes, you do.
April says, cool, I can't wait to see it. Hope you get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, April. For sure. Yeah. So yeah, we're almost at the end of our training, aren't we? We've just got a few months left. We're just going
Right.
through kind of the business part of it right now.
Yeah. So I fell off a little bit in the beginning of June. I had some health things to take care of and still haven't quite jumped in. I'm thinking about doing my 3-part project. So we have a 3-part project that we have to do in order to complete the program. Am I correct on that? And what I'm planning on doing is doing the color wheel, which was one of the you know, I was telling you that I've been like doing some art for 10 years now. And
yeah,
when Whitney was teaching us about the color wheel, I was like, I had no idea that it existed. You know, because you just take a class and they're like, do this, do that. And so I was like, oh, they're like, you can actually get, like, I go to the store to buy my paints and I'm like, oh, they actually have a primary red, a primary blue, a primary yellow. And, you know, so I, like you were saying, you know, teaching people from the beginner point of view is pretty powerful. So I get to do, I'm like, I think that's what I'll do is you know, a color wheel and show people contrast and, you know, how to put together a color wheel.
Because there's also so many different types of, you know, red that you can get too, you know, like the magenta, primary, and cadmium, and all this that you could get into. But
so like going back to my son and I, like when I was first starting, you know, there was one day where I'm like, I can't get the purple I want. Like I have to go to the store and buy this purple that I want. And he who went to the Waldorf school, they actually only use the primary colors. And he just was like, how dare you? You sent me to school and I've only had 3 colors to use this entire time. And I had to do all my mixing. And I'm like, oh, okay.
You're cheating.
And I still said, and we're still going to the store. I don't know how to make it. I don't know how to make this color I want.
Well, you just got to keep playing with it. Just mix the red and the blue, and you know, maybe you need a little bit of white with it too, perhaps, you know.
Yeah. And now I learned that like you know, maybe I needed a little bit of orange in there to like
Mm-hmm.
shift the blue around, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
had no idea.
Yeah, you just
Uh,
gotta keep playing with it, you know. That's the whole fun part of it. It's the playing.
yes. Yeah. So I'm not sure if that's the shallow side of the pool or the deep end of the pool for me. Because
It could
sometimes
be
it feels
deep,
like
yeah.
sometimes it feels like I'm in one end thinking, okay, I'm doing these colors, and then the next
Mm-hmm.
time, like the next moment, I'm like, where am I? Like, what did I just do, and how did I do that?
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of it's magical, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. For sure, yeah. So
So when you do murals like you did, you know,
mhm.
speaking of painting, are you mixing colors? Do you have your colors already made?
um for the mural project, I had most of them already mixed.
Okay.
But when I'm working on like a canvas, I will just mix them. A lot of times I mix them right on the canvas, like together.
Ah,
So
wow.
rather than mixing on a palette. So yeah,
Nice.
because then you can just like if you have like a red and then you bring in a little bit of yellow and just mix that together on the canvas to get your orange. And you can also bring in just I use I don't rinse the brush off.
Okay.
So I have the paint still on my brush, then I might dip it a little bit of white and just blend that in together.
Nice. Okay. I'm learning. Thank you.
Well, it's kind of it's probably not the um, most traditional way to do it. Like most people will pre-mix the paint on their palette before putting it on the
Mm,
canvas. But I do things
oh,
different ways all the time. Like it just depends on the mood too, right?
yeah. Yeah. I'd imagine that it just brings another piece to the puzzle, you know, like then you have even more color there and more to work with.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then
Mm,
it goes kind of intuitively while you're blending on the canvas.
mm, nice.
Yeah. And I noticed you use a lot of purples and blues. It's
I
lovely.
do in this one for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
there's the dream catcher too. I noticed too. It's,
yeah.
blues, yeah. Yeah, some people you're attracted to certain colors that you like to work with.
Right. And I do, yeah, I do find, or I'm finding that I've been you know, learning how to work with different colors. And so yes, I'm kind of in that purple stage, and um I think I do have a lot of purple
Yes,
on
it's
my
beautiful.
paintings.
I love the
Purple
purple.
and blue. Yeah.
Hmm. So
Yeah.
with the creative fit coaching, you're going to be adding that to your offerings for your customers, present customers.
So I still haven't quite visioned into how that will look. I am I definitely am having some visions, some thoughts. That's my cat who's here. Um, of different programs that I would like to put together. They seem to just be coming to me, and so I've been writing them down, and I'll see how, or sometimes I'll just take a video of it, like as it's kind of coming to me, and
Mm-hmm.
so I'll see how they come together. You know, I like that whole something like a teachable or similar to that, where anybody can access it
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
have access to the material that you create. And I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of the things that have been coming to me is when I started doing massage, it was out of a desire for people to live their best lives
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to physically be able to do that. And I'm finding that using this art, using this creatively fit, like you can use it as like a springboard into your life. And so it's almost like the same desire that I have is still being fulfilled, which is people living their best lives. It's just coming about it through a different way.
Mm-hmm. And you have a group on Facebook right now, don't you?
Yes, it's called Intuitive Expressions.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been thinking I might change it because in the beginning of our class, we were asked to just come up with something. And
Mm-hmm.
so I have a couple other names that I've been dreaming up too. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. It's so new to me, I'm still kind of putting it all together.
Mm. Did I see a picture of you on a boat or something on Facebook sailing or?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes. That's in June I went on a sailboat with two of my friends own a boat and a 53 foot. It was beautiful.
That's a big one.
It was, yeah. And so they invited some of their friends to join them, and we had a really joyful, amazing time. So we started in Annapolis, Maryland,
Mm-hmm.
and sailed up the coast to Maine and got to explore some of Maine by sailboat.
Nice. Wow, very nice. That must have been wonderful. I love sailing
Yes.
too.
You do? Oh, nice.
Yes. But hardly get a chance to go right now.
Do you go on the lake? Do you go on Lake Ontario?
Lake Ontario, usually. Actually, my sister lives over in Gananoque, and they have a boat there. And I take sailing lessons too over on Lake Erie sometimes.
Okay.
Or there's another smaller lake where I learned to sail one of those little dinghies, two-person dinghies. I can sail one of those, like level 1, but
yeah. I like came home and decided to sign up too. So I'm still trying to find my class, but yeah, I got the bug. We grew up on we had a sailboat when I was growing up, and we were on the Chesapeake Bay. And so I hadn't gone sailing though for years, like it's been years. So it's another like coming back to myself a little bit, getting out on the water.
For sure. Yeah. I make a good crew, but I really want to learn how to skipper, like just single-handedly sail myself. So,
nice. Wow.
Yeah, that's one of my goals.
Wow. I'm liking that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
For sure, yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's any more comments here. Nope. No more comments at the moment. And I can't tell how many people are watching right now either, but I'm sure there'll be lots that catch us on the replay.
Yeah, there we go.
Too, so.
All right. So I don't know. I don't think there's a direct sailing route to Ontario, but if there was, I'd come up and join you.
No. I know. I'd like to sail down to the Caribbean one time, like along the coast. That'd be a great trip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Goals, right?
I know. So we were on the 53-foot boat, and then there was another boat that we were sailing along with. And two of the people on there are taking their boats down to the Caribbean for the winter.
Oh.
So it is doable for sure.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So there's no more comments at the moment. I was wondering, is there anything else that you wanted to let people know about, or anything else you wanted to talk about, mention?
I I don't know if I do right now. I mean, I'm really excited to be here. This is actually my new art studio. I had been in my dining room for a long time, either on the kitchen table for, those 10 years. And when we started the coaching program, I put a table up in my dining room. And then just recently was feeling like it's time to create a space that's truly for art. So I guess if I was to share with anybody, it's the art can be on your kitchen table. Like,
for sure, it can be anywhere.
yeah. And just whatever, like I'm almost like, if I did this, if I started like this whole process, anybody can. And I just really find it to be helpful for my inner growth, to learn more about myself. I had to, like I shared, I was kind of feeling I had some health issues that I was taking care of, but I was missing doing art. And I just literally picked up some markers and a sketchbook, and I started to do just my plan was to do mandalas, like every day do a mandala of some sort. And it just kind of ended up being a mandala or anything else that wanted to come through. And I can say that there was something really deeply soothing about that for me, to just keep my brain engaged in that different way. It helped to relax me. It helped me to be present. It helped me to engage my intuitive side. I loved how you were saying you just put the paint on the canvas. I'll see if I can do that someday. But it is almost, it might be very similar to what I did. I had this box of markers, and I'd say, what color wants to come forth? What design wants to come forth? And I just would be open to what wanted to show up. And so I guess if I would share that, if I can do it, anybody can.
Yeah, with the mandalas, that it really helped me to drawing mandalas, going through some rather stressful times in my life too. Just just the drawing. I did it with pen and ink. And it was just so relaxing, so meditative, and so healing too. Yeah.
You made a book out of it, right?
I did. Yeah, I had a bunch of drawings and made them into a book, a coloring book. Yeah.
Yeah. That was nice.
And I was doing one drawing a day too for I think it was 60 days or something, just as a little challenge for myself.
Yeah, I love doing little challenges like that. And mine was a 40-day challenge. So yeah, I get it. And I can remember, I think only one, like I continuously looked forward to it, because it was that moment where I could stop and take a breath, and doing it in that way where I wasn't, trying to be a perfectionist. I was just putting something on the page. It just felt like it was so helpful to me and soothing. But there was only one day that I went to bed and I'm like, oh my God, my mandala, I have to go down and do it again. So
that's
serious
the same when
challenge here.
Well, when we did that live challenge, going every day, there's one day I thought, oh no, I'm gonna miss it. I didn't do live. I gotta go do my live.
Oh man.
I kind of became obsessed with getting it done every day.
So I was away for part of that. Dealing with stuff. So I didn't jump in as much as everybody else did. But yeah, I really enjoyed watching people.
But it was a really great exercise to get you just comfortable with lives and speaking. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
found it very, very helpful for sure.
I actually found it to help me to learn what I actually wanted to do. It was really, the couple that I did, I started to think, oh, like I'm starting to understand who I am as an artist and what I want to bring. And I think for me, like in my life, the challenges that I've had, I'm like, I think that I have a storehouse of like really good, juicy information, and like I can really hold space for people because I've done a lot. I've been a lot. So, it's
Yeah.
always a good thing
Yeah,
to
you
be
have
able
to,
to share.
yeah, you have to get out there and just shine your light, because there are people just looking for what you have. There's someone just praying for what you have, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And they won't know you're
Yeah,
there unless you're
I
out there,
know.
right?
I know. I love how you've done it. I've been admiring your process. It's
Oh,
been
thanks.
really deeply effective for me. Yeah.
I'm glad.
See, so you're
You
doing
know,
it for our group. for at least myself.
one of my greatest joys is if someone says that I inspired them. That is just breaks me up.
Yeah. Awesome.
Mhm. So
So
yes, everyone is an artist. Everyone is creative, and so I think if there's no more comments or questions, we will close for now. And
perfect.
Betsey, it has been wonderful having you here, and it's been a wonderful chat.
Yes, I've so enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So goodbye for now, everybody, and we'll see you next time on the Artist Cafe.